With the current, do we want snappy zooms?
It just kind of depends. If we're
Max,
if I'm having a bit of a time
topical?
holding, we might want to do that. But
Okay.
So it seems like there's a lot of buffering that's happening.
Can we look at the cup coral over here?
yeah. But
Could we just check with data to see if the stream's okay?
If it looks live on your end and no one's in the chat saying it's down, I'm willing to bet it's not down.
Mm. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I think it's good. It's good.
I'm checking in the science chat, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe we can push in more.
It's just some
We are
buffering.
full zoom.
That's full zoom. Okay.
That's great.
Okay, we'll come wide.
Look at all these bits. No, don't go.
I'm gonna keep going on this kind of heading, and then I'll get kind of to the other side.
Sorry,
of
what
the
was that,
cell
Greta?
train.
No,
Just looking at
by
this.
zooming in, you could see. I'm not sure if it was debris or what it was, but all was very much pushed by the current.
Right.
And it was scouring it off.
Yeah. This is this ridge edge right there.
Yeah. That's a double layer.
Yeah. Paracalyptorophora or something like that.
Okay.
I think he wants to just move forward
Yeah.
for a bit. I think
So it looks like our
just
streams are fine, Max, according to some of our viewers as well.
They're fine? Same in the
Yeah.
science. Yep. Awesome.
Thank you.
Also, Asako, they can see everything.
Okay, we'll zoom in, please.
Can we actually focus on this little whip here to the left as well, since we're right here?
Oh, can you see the brachiopod there?
Oh, yeah. I see several brachiopods. Great.
How about the
Thanks.
hermit crab? You see the hermit crab?
Oh, I don't see Where's the that. hermit crab?
I
Bottom
don't
center.
see the hermit crab.
Just to the right of the whip coral.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's great.
Okay, we'll come wide, please.
I feel like we never see snails, but every single hermit crab has a snail shell. We see
Yeah.
snails on some of the corals.
Yes, I think
On
I
the
noticed
wood.
on the reefs too. I always see hermit crabs more often than actual
than the
alive
actual live, yeah, snails.
shells.
Yeah. Can we zoom on the big stalked sponge as well? Ooh, got a pelagic.
Yeah, let's zoom on that. That's either pelagic sea
Oh,
cucumber
sorry.
or a ctenophore.
Yeah, sea cucumber.
Is that a
That's a
movie?
pelagic sea cucumber. That's pelagithuria.
Whoa,
That's a sea cucumber?
That's
That is a sea cucumber.
that's a spaceship.
The first time I ever saw these, we were pulling them out of a trawl bucket, and I thought they were jellyfish. But nope, they are pelagic sea cucumbers.
So they
Great,
just
thank you.
swim all the time?
They do?
That'll come right. Thanks.
This is
Try
the
and get a
third
spot
we
for the
encountered
sponge.
during this expedition.
There's been a lot of pelagic animals. It's great.
Okay, we'll zoom in, please.
Okay, big osculum on the side, so this is Bolosoma.
It's like a mushroom.
Yeah.
So where is the digestive system in a
Okay,
in
we'll
a sponge?
come wide, please.
If we can we
Oh,
just
sorry.
move a little to the right so we
Yep.
can kind of see that other end?
Sure.
The cells of the sponge operate. There's no organized. How should I say this? There are no organs in sponges, so there is no stomach. There's no digestive system. It's just this loosely connected set of cells that have
Okay, we'll zoom
started
in,
to
please.
make things that start to look like tissues, but there are no actual organs.
Oh,
It's
that's so
not
weird.
as
That's cool.
compartmentalized as that. Considered the most ancestral clade of animals.
Oh, cool.
You want
Thank
your
you.
backlight
By some.
on,
By some.
Josh?
Dun dun.
By some.
You can if you want.
I mean, do you
Something-
want it?
Doesn't matter to me. It's sometimes when I'm ahead of you, like then
Yeah.
that's kind of shining in our face a little bit, but either way, it's fine with me.
Here, I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
see if
Josh.
it makes
Okay.
it any better.
We'll come wide, please.
You see the adding in the sediment?
Okay, and then I
The
need to
moles
do a
are like
little
crazy.
thermostat
Yeah.
management.
Yep.
Those bits
Just
and
getting
pieces.
swept around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go adjust the thermostat.
Colder?
Yeah, it's a little warm in here today.
Yeah, it's very warm in here.
How many layers, Greta?
Five. But very soon,
I was in shorts this
You
morning,
don't need to
though.
mess with that, Max.
Oh,
18 is definitely
yeah,
cold enough.
that's very
Max.
cold.
Please. Throw it
Oh,
in the
you've got Greta begging. You've got Greta praying, actually. Oh,
I'll turn it back up when the temperature goes
oh, thank you for
Yeah,
your
the
vigilance.
computers don't care how you feel, Greta. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
They are sweating back there.
Menzel, I just want to say that it's been such a blessing and such an honor to hear your stories and have you share all these parts of your culture with us. How does it feel to kind of share that experience with us?
Okay, Dan, I
It-
think we can move
It's
the
special
ship.
in itself
We'll do it.
doing that on the boat, but knowing that this
let's start
gives
let's do it 20.
um,
I think we can, right? So
a
that's
perspective, it offers it to
Okay.
the rest of the world. I mean, Palau is a country of less than 20,000 people. Oftentimes we don't get heard in the grand spec of things. I've spoken in many different places around the world to spread our culture and how how the rest of the world affects us. And often we kind of take the back seat. So it's really nice to be able to share that and know that people are interested.
Thank you. We're so grateful to have you.
Oh,
I'm grateful to be here, honestly.
that, like the dead sponge stuff.
Yeah. I think so.
zoom in, please.
Okay, this is probably Analopsamia. All the polyps on one side.
Just brachiopod.
More brachiopods.
More brachiopods.
Is there any more zoom, Max? Oh, that's interesting, the little purple thing in there.
I think it's squat lobster.
Yeah, looks like it. It's just unusual in color. Okay, thanks. We can zoom out.
Okay, zoom. Yeah, come wide, please. Lateral current is pretty strong right now.
Can we take a look at this big sponge up here?
Sure.
I think it's Poliopogon or something like that.
She's dying to the sponge.
It looks like it. It's
Go zoom in, please.
yeah. There's some of the snails
Where are the snails?
right there.
Oh wow, that's a tiny snail.
Oh, it's so tiny. Are they eating the sponge?
Probably.
I don't
There's
know.
a small star on top of it too.
Yeah.
There's one there too.
Oh yeah.
Little like
Different type.
different type, yeah.
Okay, we good? Good there.
Move? You want to stay here? Should we make a move? So, Josh, maybe we can move forward?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll come wide.
Oh,
Fish in
there's
the
something
distance.
down there. That's a fish. Do you want to go check it out?
Yes, please.
There's a fish.
It's coming right at us. It's a halosaur.
We'll zoom in, please. Oh, it's going to zoom itself.
Yeah.
Manual zoom.
Do they normally swim
That's
vertically?
great. No, they usually are swimming such that their head is down along the seafloor, but I'm imagining this one's just gotten caught up in the current.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
it is a
Oh,
pretty
rat
strong
tail,
current
bottom
down
left.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
actually
with
about
the
the gadded.
Whatever then.
You're rubbing off on Max, Jeff.
Yep. Sorry, buddy. coral or sponge on the side there? Oh, that's a Farreid, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look at it.
Oh, oh, that one. Okay.
It may just be a slightly different shaped one, like we're seeing all about us.
It'll zoom in, please.
Again, we see the symbiosis with either zoanthus or anemone.
Right. Right on the outside of the...
And what's that?
Right.
What is this pink thing?
Sorry. Just come a little wider for a sec.
Oh,
Sorry, getting greedy with the zoom.
Another brachiopod. I'm not sure what this thing is here in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, we can zoom some more.
Greta, do you have the science chat up? Because mine just crashed.
Same, it doesn't
Yours
really
crashed
work.
as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
Grafana also.
Well, if the science folks can hear us, sorry, but for some reason
Oh,
the
current
chat
is
has
pushing me
crashed
around
for
right now.
us.
Quite nasty outside right now, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise
it
me
may-
if
yeah, okay.
I've got
Noel has it.
Oh, is there a chitin
So-
on there?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Where is that?
there's something in the sponge.
What's
The-
a chitin?
It's in the
thing?
sponge or below the sponge?
In the sponge. It's behind the little red strip now.
Has
Oh,
like,
I see it all the
Yeah.
way in the back right there.
Yeah. Are there deep sea chitins?
What's a
Not-
chitin?
I am not sure.
Am I okay to,
Chiton is a mollusk.
are we good with this,
Like
or
a
should I?
snake.
Yeah,
Or
let's
a
keep
plant.
going.
Okay, come on, please.
Oh, cool.
And this
But
is a Farreid, right?
It looks
This is
very
a Farreid
different.
sponge. Yep.
It looks more like a sort of a worm, I would say.
A
We have
worm.
some like plates on his back. You
Oh.
probably saw that in the intertidal areas of Guam as well. They're very common in
Yeah.
intertidal areas.
It's almost like a slug, but instead of having a snail shell on the back, there's 8 plates that form a shell across the back like armor, and
Oh.
they overlap one another.
That's cool. Chitin.
Jeff, we do still have quite a lot of room in our sample boxes.
Okay. Well, maybe we will sample one of these sponges.
I'm all for that. You read my mind.
I'm not quite sure how to do it, but yeah. Noel, do you see any particularly interesting candidates?
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Oh, that's interesting. That whip it's actually branched. Can we look at this real quickly? Just
Sure.
look at the branching in the middle.
Go zoom in, please.
Okay, it branches internodally. And if we can get a zoom at the polyps, if we can get in closer at all.
Sure. Do you have any more zoom, Max?
That's what I got.
Okay. And get closer.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
They look like tiny little flowers.
Tiny little flowers ready to reach out and grab and eat
stink
all
thing.
the plankton.
Hungry
That's really
little
nice.
flowers.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll come wide, please.
Yeah, a little amphipod there.
that pretty little cup coral on
We just got a viewer comment that said, I had to go deal with a fire, so I missed the last hour or so. Did I miss anything super interesting? Also, I was so confused the first time I saw a chitin. Looked like teeth stuck to a rock. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. But thank you so much for your dedication. I hope that the fire is out
Oh yeah. Up
and
in
that
the
you are
back.
all safe.
That's gonna go too fast.
I
the...
think
Alright, Jeff, that looks like a yellow base. What do we call that one?
Did you find out? Did you remember which one the yellow
No, I
base is?
forgot to ask
Hemicorallium
Megan.
or Paragorgia?
Megan,
Oh,
if
there
you're
goes a little
listening right
eel.
now, Jeff and
there's
I
a-
need an update on how our hemicralium versus
no, no.
Paragorgia.
Fish, fish, fish.
Zoom in, please.
What is going on with suddenly this rain of fish?
it's raining fish.
Jeff, we've been praying. Haven't you listened? I asked the
Prayers have
mountain.
been answered.
This is how you use the Palawan word of the day in a sentence.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Raining
full of
fish.
It's raining fish. Hallelujah. It's raining fish.
This is
Okay,
quite
that's
transparent.
great. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
come on, please.
Yeah.
Let's zoom on this sponge, though. We may want to collect one of these sponges. And
Okay, do you want to just stop the ship here, or do you want to look at it first?
let's look at it first.
Okay, let's zoom in, please.
Menzel, is there a conjugation for that word? Like, is there a difference between rain and raining?
So rain is
like
like
this one.
a noun, and then to make it
You
a
like this one,
verb,
Noel?
I do like this one.
you just put
Let's
an
stop the
ng
boat.
in
Okay,
the
stop
beginning.
the ship, please.
So it's like ul.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's
Okay, let's
raining,
come
it's
wide, please.
ul. Yeah. I know it's kind of hard to pronounce ng when you think
Ul, ul.
ul is rain, and then ul is it's raining.
It
Oh,
sounds
wow.
exactly the same.
Very subtle
Yeah.
And
difference.
remind me what the word was for fish?
Ngigl.
Nigel?
Ngigl. Be careful how you say it.
Yeah, there's also a bad
Because
word. That's
There's
it's
an
a bad
NG.
word if I mispronounce it.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So they want to take a sample of this sponge. So because it's up off the bottom, I'm going to just push the vehicle into the wall and then hold it there. And that way it can stabilize.
Is this spot kind of okay here? Is this kind of a little sheltered from the current behind the rock? or-
Yeah, it's not too bad here, actually.
Okay, great.
And oftentimes because we use the
Oh, your
starboard
chat came
arm,
back.
I'll kind of angle in a little bit to give a better room.
Osako
And
is
open
saying
up a
that
little
we
space for the
collected
arm to work.
one of these sponges already.
On this dive? We
This is
collected a
where
much
that upper
more
180
tubular
cam is
Farreid,
really
but I
handy.
don't know if we collected
So
one
you
of
can see the
these.
distance.
I
It
can't
looks
seem to get
deceiving, right?
my
Like you look really
science
close here,
chat
but you're
back.
actually like a foot away. So
I feel like we collected some a similar one in our watch, maybe yesterday. But I wouldn't know if it's the same or,
Okay.
I have
Yeah, we
no
collected
idea.
a branching one that had really large osculas on the main part of
it
it.
looked not too different.
And then a
from this
really,
one.
really thin branching,
move over a little bit.
really
Yeah,
brittle
that
white sponge as
Walteria
well.
thing.
Definitely less packed the branches than this one here.
Yeah.
Would that mean it's different?
Yeah, I think the one Asako means is also the one from yesterday.
Yeah.
That we collected.
So I can put an input in and then I lock everything. So it's just going to count. These are like my thruster output. So it's just holding that input. So it's just pushing in.
My
Do you wanna-
science chat.
do you
Sure.
wanna arm it up?
Come back. Going to start this over.
What are you guys thinking for sampling this? Like slurp or draw pieces, or do you want to?
Yeah, I mean,
If
it
was-
would be nice if we could get more of a whole piece. One of the options, I suppose, is we could take the net and we could just scrape
Yeah.
up on the rock
Yeah.
until it came off and fell in, and then we could put the whole thing in the basket.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. Good for that. Have you grabbed this thing off there before?
The net? No,
Yeah.
not
So
yet.
typically what I do, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Typically like to do. Speed that up a little bit.
Looks like Lori tried to come on the science portal, but she's not active.
Do you want me to get the arm over there and then
Yeah.
you can tell me what?
Yeah. So basically I just try not to use I try not to grab it with the shear.
Yeah,
So I'll put
okay.
the shear just off to one side,
that
so the
sponge
lips
very
here, and
quick
you
to grab
still
that.
grab it, but
That's
the
why I'm
shear's
thinking
out
of
here,
Yeah,
so it's not
in the
like
kinda end where
crunching
it's-
it.
Pushing
Yeah.
up is the best approach.
So you're grabbing it with a little tube on the inside.
Yeah, okay.
Shrimp plus plus.
Rack back a bit.
Oh, shrimp plus plus.
Index over. Yeah, okay. Let me find this object in space. There we go.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I would turn 90.
Oh, you won't like grab it like
but
that?
now
I
go
see.
180. Now spin the arm 180. It's on all the way around.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, taking the face off. Yeah, so you think
Yeah, just
shears
like that.
the front
So the shear is in the front, just off the edge of the plastic. Yeah,
like that?
yeah, kind of like that. And then make sure your grip force is
What is it right now?
4. So I'd turn that up.
Let me...
It's the controller.
Chris,
This arm
ID
is a
Gynmorete or
replica
Farreid
of a wet side arm. It's got all the same joints,
for
and so
Gynmorete
you're literally
or
mimicking it.
Farreid.
But then
Okay.
you can do what's called indexing. So you
Nice
can
stuff.
freeze the arm. So if you get like way over in a weird like position, you can freeze it and bring everything back to the center. But then the bottom side doesn't move, and then you can bring it back live again. So you can keep it comfortable.
I gotta get more like that.
And then the jaw has a force, so you can change the force of that
How's
jaw
that?
to be really strong or lighter.
How's that? Am I off the...
Well, you can zoom in if you want.
yeah, can you do a partial zoom? I can kind of see it in bubble, or the lower.
You can almost put the fingers in on either side of the puck, you know?
Yeah, okay. That might put the...
That's okay. Yeah, it's probably better. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Okay. Let's pull that off. Oh. There.
One zip tie too many.
No, it might just be that my grip is not...
You're doing great.
Just trying to grab. Is there
No.
another zip tie there?
There is around the handle of the hockey puck.
Okay.
Somebody went a little aggressive with the...
Apologies to this
Yeah, sorry.
little face here.
Well,
Yeah, that's pretty on there. Let's get this.
Just give it a twist. And maybe the other way.
There we go.
cool.
Okay. Grip is locked. Alright, go wide video. I just want to see where I'm going. Okay, so best thing is probably to come from the other side of it, eh?
Yeah,
Kinda
I'd come low and like scoop up,
Yeah,
but you might want to just sort of make the
the net.
jiggle it so the net turns into the little Christmas, little Santa's hat. Of course, it's going to float up.
Yeah.
The
Try not
sponge
to
will
get
probably
the,
sink because it's a
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're gonna come underneath it. Yeah.
So how do you
yeah,
preserve
I
the
just want to
sponge?
be. Can we tilt up?
Um,
please?
So they can be preserved pieces in alcohol, so that
What do you
DNA
say?
analysis can be done, which is really important.
Oh.
Yep. You're doing good.
And they can be preserved in formaldehyde, but apparently it's not great for their skeletons. So oftentimes people working on glass
Okay,
sponges
can you do a partial zoom
put
video?
some of the material in alcohol and they dry the rest of the sponge.
Yeah, that's kind of
Oh, interesting.
against the wall there.
That
Yep.
tends to be what we've,
Nice on the
we've been doing
180
in the
cam.
lab,
Yeah.
unless we have a specific request from
Do
someone
we
to
want
do
to
it
try to
differently.
like get the
Thank you.
front of it in there though, like that?
Yeah, and then kind of rotate up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a bit bigger than the net is, so
That's a nice size.
we're gonna get most of it there.
Sweet. So in order to get like 3 dimensions, you have to use different camera views to like put it all together. Shadows.
Oh, you got it.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Masterful.
Oh,
That is pretty floaty.
Let's see if
this
I
is
can.
going to be just like the last shift.
Is
Yeah,
it, did we
balance
already
it all
try
the way
this?
in. Yeah.
No,
Oh, I
this was
see what
you
you
with the balancing on the jaws, that
Right.
piece of sponge that
You
we
got it.
collected.
That
Let's see if I can get it.
That was amazing
Yeah,
to
I
see.
think if you get it straight up and down, it'll fall, but
Yeah.
it's still just up against the rock.
Is it floaty?
Well, that's pretty.
Oh, you
It
got to be
should be
kidding me.
floaty.
How can
Pretty
a glass
floaty.
sponge
That's
be
pretty
floaty?
floaty.
What the hell?
Science.
It's not fair. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, let me see if I can squish it against the wall here.
It's only twice in 20 days.
Yeah, what
Wait, what?
Yeah, what if you keep rotating? Yeah, maybe.
So did I.
I'm just trying to get it
Totally.
in there.
Now the coral's getting in the way.
I know.
But you can see though through the
Kind of
through
getting
the bottom.
it like above the coral though. If I let's see.
A lot worse.
Is that
Normally
gonna
would
do
have.
anything? No,
You're gonna have to rotate it at some point. But
I know. Yeah.
Gonna do a quick thermostat
All
adjustment.
right.
If you
Oh,
balance
it's
it on
gonna
top
fall.
of it, if you can get it underneath. Oh boy.
I think we might want to grab this.
Okay, great.
Um.
Let's just put the net on the front porch for now.
Yeah.
you can just
Okay.
you can just
I go wide.
you can just drop it and
Yeah.
perhaps right on top of the plates.
Yeah, I just want to drop it right somewhere where it's not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick thermostat adjustment.
Okay.
Bad time.
Maybe not
Yeah.
a great
not,
time.
not a great time, Max. So we'll need you for this.
Okay. Yeah, partial zoom video. Just want to make sure I grab this and not the. Yeah. Okay.
I'm impressed that it didn't
I'm
break.
gonna turn my grip force
into,
way
I mean,
down.
there's
Way
a
down.
couple smaller
Want me to
pieces,
do
but
it?
it really didn't
Or no, you
break
got it.
very much.
I should probably practice
Yeah.
doing that while I.
Yeah.
Okay. And fish. Can we
Fish.
push in more?
Fish.
Just
There's
make
raining
sure I-
fish.
Yeah.
Well, keeping a sharp eye on the ship, making sure it's stable, making sure our tether's in a good position. There's always lots of stuff to look at.
It's a bad. Sorry, I'm in a bad position for this. I'm gonna come from lower.
I really wish you guys could freeze the jaws in a position. That would be so.
Yeah, so do we.
Well, I can try to
Yeah.
feather it. Definitely. Here, can we go wider? Sorry, I need to be oriented differently. I just don't want to grab this coral too, you know?
Bonus sample.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rye, if that happens, that's not the end of the world. I mean, I think we know what this Primnoid is, but another voucher is not terrible.
Yeah, I can definitely try to. Do we have room in the
Oh,
front
wow.
box?
Well, they're going to have to be.
Yeah, we could put it in the front. starboard side, right? Because that already has other sponges in it, although that might make it difficult to know which sample
Well,
is from which.
So I'm not grip locked right now. I am.
We don't really have a choice. At this
I would
time.
put it
Can we put it in
in
with
the
the purple
starboard.
coral? Yeah,
Absolutely.
put it in with the purple coral.
Okay.
That way we
Or
won't
in that one.
confuse our
That one's totally
That one's
fine.
fine.
That's okay. It's a
Here,
nice
I'll
big
push it
piece.
in.
I know what we've got.
Just
I
try,
had
you're gonna have to
push it-
guide. You're gonna have to guide it.
quick.
Oh God, I can't. I can't get in there.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't get the.
I would close the box. There's other things that might come out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna index here.
ooh,
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Okay. Let's try this again. There we go.
nice.
Okay. Sorry,
Oops.
purple one, right?
Spicy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And I'm gonna try not to. Okay. Well, at least some of it will be intact, but
Yeah. No, this is good, Rye.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Like super great.
all right.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Oh, just
oh.
gentle, just wait.
There we go.
We'll thrust up a little bit and keep it in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice job.
You want me to push that in?
The Victor Gorgia, the purple one.
Yeah, you want me to poke it?
Yeah.
See if we can. Get it more in there. Where are you? Okay, yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
'Kay.
Yeah.
You did great.
I'm
That was
dead.
awesome.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
so
good.
dead.
You're dead. I appreciate you holding your breath.
We have
for
to
me,
do something
so.
with our toys there.
Do you think it'll stay
gonna-
there? Until, I mean, obviously not on
You're good.
ascent, but do you think it'll stay there as we drive around, or do you think the
Yeah.
current will take it?
We gotta put it in the Orion, don't we?
Yeah, we'll just hold on to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me,
Yeah, you get.
where am I in the world here?
You're good. For Atalanta's fine.
Okay.
I, for one, am shocked that that sponge floated. So
Yeah,
learned
me
something
too.
new
It was
today.
also a lot more, like it wasn't as brittle as I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be.
The
Maybe
vast
it's not
majority of
afraid.
those, because they're glass, they sink.
That was awesome. You did great.
Nice bolosoma right here as well. Another glass sponge.
Okay, do you want to grab it and I'll
Yeah.
pass it over?
Oh.
Is this like that? Is it a Michelangelo painting where God is touching the finger?
I'm gonna take a steal of this.
There you go.
Sorry, I kind of gave you the puck end here. Here, let's give you like that.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is real art.
Just use it. 180 will guide you right in there. Are you going to do
Oh,
the
you
puck or
won't-
are you going to do the whole thing?
You want to grab all the way around it? I was just going to give you what I'm, whoop,
You're on the puck.
like the way that I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, like the way you're grabbing it.
Yeah.
Just put
And
it
you
in.
want it,
Put it in the upper jaw. And I'll close down.
I was always
that.
wondering why we never
Yeah.
use the other arm. That's what is
Just
used
get both
for.
fingers in there. Look at upper. Look at upper.
Special appearance.
Oh yeah. There we go.
I forgot
There you go. That's
that there
it.
was another arm.
There we
Perfect.
go. Don't grab me.
Okay. I
We'll play
got
tug of war now.
you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
There we go. Nice.
So, Josh, I have a question for you.
Sure.
You know, considering that Rai, as we have learned, has gained quite the fan club in our viewer chat, how do you feel about Rai's growth as a pilot?
And sharing the
Is this my
spotlight.
peer review like right now?
I mean, it's science. It's got to be, right?
Right in front of you.
Yeah. Let's do this in front of the whole world.
This is the first time I've sat watch with Rye,
Yeah.
and I think she's doing amazing.
Thanks.
This is Rye's, what, fourth cruise?
This is my 4th expedition with OET, 3rd on the ROV team,
Yeah,
and 2nd piloting Herc, I think.
second. Wow.
Oh, I guess, no, this would be 3rd, because American Samoa was
Third,
the first
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, awesome. It's Rye's doing a really great job. Really keen on keeping an eye on the safety of the vehicles, which I appreciate very much. And
That was a very diplomatic way of saying that.
no, I'm not joking. That's exactly what your co-pilot. You want to have a co-pilot that's gonna, like, you know, say, hey, look out, you know, look out for that. Keep an eye on this, and keep the vehicle safe. You know, checking on things. So that's a huge part of all that stuff. So yeah, amazing. And really, like, as you can see, has a real knack for using the manipulator arm. Amazing.
Definitely.
It takes a long time to figure out to be effective with the arm, and Rye's doing an amazing job.
Thanks.
I agree. Super.
I'm going to
graceful.
burst into flames now.
You're going to what? Burst into flames?
Yeah.
Perhaps that will help in this cold room, but and you will shine as the bright star that you are.
That's taking one for the team.
Rai, how do you feel about your own growth?
Good. I mean, yeah, it's, I think the first time I was ever in this van with ROV, about 5 minutes before, someone just told me to sit down in the seat and start doing it, which was pretty daunting.
Tiny rat tail on the left.
Right there.
Sure. We'll zoom in, please.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Is that a no move, Jeff?
Let's just zoom in on this and see what it is first.
Okay.
I feel like if you hear the words tiny rat tail.
This is part of Jeff's reign of fish that we
I
have
don't-
prayed for.
Oh, I see.
Bump.
We're
Sorry.
looking at the butt of this thing. Okay, it took
The
me a
butt.
second.
So
I can
small.
say that right, Noel.
So small.
We need to get a side view of this, otherwise collecting it isn't super useful.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
backed
might have
up against
turned
I'm kind of right up against a rock there.
Uh-oh.
Fish outsmarted me.
Okay. I do not see it. Let's keep going. I'm so used to us just having downhill.
Yeah.
This terrain is very undulating, which is
Yeah.
like makes it like you get down into these little holes, and then you're going downhill and uphill, and yeah, it's some challenging terrain and a pretty strong current.
You're doing a great job.
As you always do.
Amanda, if I may address something in the chat, someone had said that if we collect something that we didn't mean to collect, it may just be like a prize in a cereal box, and I just want to say that it is a privilege to be able to do this, and so there's protocols and other ways to decide. There are ways to decide what we're collecting, and so it's not just we're not just indiscriminately collecting whatever it is down here. So yeah, if we don't mean to collect something, we try our best to not disturb that organism.
Thank you, Menzel. It's a gift to be here,
Yeah.
and we are guests in your home. And so it's important to, you know, approach this seascape with intention and respect
Yes.
that it deserves. It's so much older than us. It's seen so much more than us.
Yeah.
So
Most of this stuff down
Yeah.
here were here before we were here. As humans, not just our lifetime.
Right there.
definitely, thank you.
Yeah, and this is this is one of the reasons why, for instance, with the coral colony, we do not take the whole colony. These are incredibly old structures.
Yeah.
And we take a small piece. Oh, that is Bathygatus. We can keep going.
Okay, well, come wide, please.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
And
Take
like
what
that,
you-
and like that fish right there, we are not taking that fish because
Right.
we took one of those on the first expedition, and so we have the voucher that we need to be able to identify it and know what it is. And now we just need the video.
Definitely. You know, take what you need, because you don't need to take.
Right, what was the team you were on other than ROV?
I used to work for Ocean Orcs Canada, so my first expedition on the Nautilus was with Ocean Orcs Canada as one of their field services staff. So I was doing a lot of deck work and rigging subsea platforms for deployment. And when I was in the van, I was sitting in the back seat, mostly just like back row, just watching. There was a bit there where I was going to be trained in, I guess technically what Jeff's role is now, but for kind of maintenance ROV work, so dive leading.
And that was to service the cable observatory, change
Yeah.
out instrumentation, maintain gear, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so
Cool.
Ocean Orcs
Awesome.
Canada has about
That's very cool.
1,000 plus
Qualitative
meters
lobster.
of subsea cables that are connecting a huge network of oceanographic instruments. It
Yeah.
basically spans about 800 kilometers out into the Pacific, and also in the strait between Vancouver Island and the mainland.
Wait, are there 1,000 meters of cable or 1,000 kilometers of cable?
1,000 kilometers. Thank you for that. I'm
That is a lot of
getting
cable.
too used to you
It's
guys'
an-
units.
I mean, it's an incredible observatory.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it goes
Yeah.
from the coast of Vancouver Island all the way out to Endeavour Ridge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is one of my personal favorite spots to go ROVing.
Yeah, some of the
And
neatest like
just
hydrothermal vents that
Amazing
I've ever
hydrothermal
seen.
vents.
Yeah.
And then this year we actually mapped it for the first time in very high resolution with Hercules and our Norbit mapping system.
Oh, yeah.
And we got an incredible map out of it that was great for ONC, but also super helpful for us because
Yeah.
now we were
Now you
able to
can
just
navigate
navigate
about.
right through
Yeah.
like all these really high spires, and that was super cool.
Yeah, that site's crazy when you're watching
Yeah.
the ROV, like just
Yeah.
thread through these vents that are higher than
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
swinging Atalanta like in between vents.
and massive
Wow.
smokestacks and
Yeah.
So the spires from the hydrothermal vents are coming up 20, 30 meters,
Yeah.
that kind of thing?
yeah.
Oh,
Crazy.
more than that. I think Godzilla's, I want to say
100 meters?
100 meters tall, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And it was like they had all those, there were several hundred mini kind of earthquakes about a month or two before we got there. So we were the first ones to see
Yeah.
the results of that. And I've flown to those, I've been going to those areas for like 15 years, and I've never seen Godzilla so active.
Wow.
It was
Really?
just billowing black smoke. It was just unbelievable. It was so
That's
cool.
wild.
And to get those maps, I think Mbari had mapped it with AUVs to think it was about a 5-meter grid
Yeah.
was the best, and then we took it down to decimeter.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my
amazing.
goodness.
Yeah, it was just such an amazing map.
Whoa.
Super cool.
That
Oh,
was with
That
an
at the
orbit?
top of
That
the
was with an
screen?
orbit,
Nice.
Can we take a look at this wood up here?
yeah. Sorry. Getting off into the
No,
weeds
no.
of another.
No, no, it's great. It's
And
really
the rhubarb.
interesting to hear about.
Thank you for
Okay.
sharing.
Okay, we'll zoom in, please.
The conversational rhubarb.
Yeah.
The conversational rhubarb.
We're
yeah.
nearing the cabbage.
Wait, what's rhubarb?
But still relevant.
It's a saying that we say. Do you know
Okay.
the saying like getting off in the cabbage, Amanda?
No.
In the
There's
weeds.
so many sayings
Yeah,
that
in
I
the
Josh,
weeds.
We
Can
think
you stop
that might
the
be
boat?
Canadian.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, get Jeff.
Can you stop the boat?
Yeah,
Or-
stop the ship, please.
Noel, what's our sampling situation on the starboard side?
Starboard side
Yeah.
has 1 large box open and 3 smalls. The
Okay.
forward barrel box is full. We cannot open that again.
No.
This one
I-
definitely
Sponge
won't.
will
I
escape.
agree, yes.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one would probably have to be in 2 pieces to fit in the
Right,
starboard box
right.
as well. Yeah.
I'm just thinking we have seen so much wood in Palau. It's really quite amazing, and to really understand the diversity that this adds to the deep sea ecosystem, we can get video, but collecting a few pieces of it can be really useful. I'm hoping maybe we can just sort of scan this piece of wood.
Yep.
And I don't know if this is small enough to fit. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's quite big.
But it's a well-colonized piece of wood. So what happens in the deep ocean, for those folks who are listening, when wood sinks to the seafloor, is there's a specialist group of animals that colonize it. Shipworms are probably the biggest one. They are what are creating all the holes in this piece of wood. They have a symbiosis with gut bacteria that can break down the cellulose and the lignins in the wood
Zoom in, please, Max.
for energy. So this woodfall becomes this huge source of energy to the deep sea. Once those shipworms have bored in and created this three-dimensional structure, then all of these other
There's a kite.
organisms...
Oh, that'd be
Chitinus,
nice spot.
there's a squat lobster down on the bottom, there was an urchin up above. Yeah, I see the chitin right there.
Yeah.
Could be a flat isopod.
Looks
I guess.
like maybe sponge, the white things. I'm not certain what that is. There are flatworms, there are snails, there's a host of organisms that then take up residence around this area, and many of them only occur on wood. So it's a really interesting increase in biodiversity of an area when you have this situation.
How would you preserve this if you were to collect it?
We would put it in alcohol.
The
Yeah.
whole thing?
The whole thing. And then what would happen is the folks who do this kind of work, Emily Young is one of those people, they would take this out of the alcohol. Oh, there's a really nice snail
yeah.
there. If we can just pan really slow up this just to look at all of it.
Sorry, we're nerding out a little bit
Wait.
engineering-wise here at the moment.
Oh, okay.
We've done a fair amount of work in the off-season to make the camera move very slowly. So we're getting
Excellent.
to demonstrate that now.
Wow.
So I sort of lost my train of thought.
Sorry,
there, but
very-
no,
I
that's quite all right. We
apologize.
have to do this. So they would take this and they would basically pull it apart very, very carefully to extract all the animals to find out what this whole wood community looked like,
Right.
and identify and classify all those animals. And wood communities are fairly well described off of the coast of the United States and off the coast of Europe, and in a few other places, but to my knowledge, not in this part of the world. So
That's cool.
Could
What
be
is that
You
spiky
got some
thing?
more zoom there, Max?
that is
We are
a
at full zoom.
Sidarid
zoom, okay.
sea urchin.
Looks like a pencil urchin in the
Yep,
shallow
that's
water.
the same family. Yep. I
And is
think
that a
it's the same
snail
family.
above it?
Yeah,
That's a snail? A tiny little snail.
this guy right there.
Wow.
This is just amazing.
That is so cool.
So it really, it's its own little unique community, but the cool thing about it is all of the surrounding community benefits because this energy is eventually making its way off of the woodfall. Predators will come by, try to pick off the brittle stars or the crabs, and this energy is flowing out through this system, and all of the wood that's then deposited into the deep ocean environment becomes part of the system.
E equal MC squared.
This is really nice being able to slowly move the camera. Thank you.
Thank you.
Engineering work.
You just made him so happy.
Yes, the engineering work is totally worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great. Thank you for this experience.
What was it, the Josh Cinematic Universe?
The JCU.
The JCU, is that what you guys need? Oh
That's
my
the
god.
JCU.
You guys are crazy. Come on, please.
That's good. How big is this thing, and how much room do we actually have in the bio box? Is there? I mean, is this just gonna? I mean, do we have any hope of collecting this?
I mean, it won't fit in
well,
one piece, but
It'll probably break, right? Wouldn't it? It'll be all soft. Can we?
It's pretty.
The other one broke in two.
bored.
The other one did break also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's-
just in two, it didn't like splinter.
Can we
Right,
come wide,
right.
please? We can kind of get an idea of the
I
lasers
would,
are.
I would like to try
so
to
it's
collect it if we
10
can.
centimeters wide,
Right, which
and
is
then-
not bad.
and then it's, I don't know,
But-
what is that?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Probably
5, 6,
two,
7, maybe
seven.
like.
God, I mean, it's
I don't know if
really,
that's
really
gonna fit.
long.
It's
pretty
I
long.
don't know that that'll fit. I mean, that's
Well, we could.
one thing we could do is we could try to break it and just take half of it, and then we would leave the other half of the community here.
Yeah.
This is probably the opposite of a intelligent
Nearly one
question,
meter.
but
All your questions
Good
are
song.
intelligent.
don't all wood float?
Until they get waterlogged and sink.
Huh.
so
And
wood
then-
is porous, so if it absorbs enough water, it'll sink.
Yeah. There are
So
no
Benzel,
dumb
thank
questions.
you so
Only
But that's
much
not a
for
dumb
that light
question.
off. I was
No
like
problem.
gonna seize up over here with that.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, let's see if we can try cutting it in half. Maybe about where the lasers are, or even a little bit less of it. I don't think we need.
Should we get the
It
part
doesn't
with
have
the
to be
urchin?
exactly half. I would go. Oh, well, yeah, the urchin would be cool. Although I don't know that the urchin is like a dedicated part of the wood community, but I don't know. Maybe it is.
I don't know if it's going to hang on there
Yeah, I
if I'm
think
allowed
it
to
would.
break it.
It would.
Yeah. I would just focus on trying to break it somewhere here on the front portion where you can reach, and then we can go from there. One of the little squat lobsters. Just
Oh.
a couple of them took off. There's a big one that just took off. Can you leverage it against the rock on the side to break it?
Yeah, that's
Or against the seafloor? Yeah.
exactly what I'm going to try and do.
Okay. Never mind.
Your grip force. Oh, yeah, you
Yep. Pushing the ROV around.
If it's not going to break, we can just leave this.
Urchin.
It's holding
Washed.
on.
Seems fairly solid.
Wow, look at the underside. It's hardly decayed at all.
This reminds me of like dogs that grab sticks that are too big.
Try to walk through a door.
Herc's a pretty big dog, though, so.
Not just try to
Aw.
cut it with the
Do you think
Yeah.
Atalanta
that
is a
again?
dog?
cut it with the
Or
hand.
I think Atalanta's cat, for sure.
Yeah.
Just stays away, doesn't come close.
If Herc was a dog, what kind of dog do you think Herc would be?
A golden retriever.
Retriever.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about Atalanta?
Wow, that's pretty.
Josh, I think we're going to have to leave this.
That's pretty
Let's-
solid.
Let's kind of pick it up, put it back where it was, make sure
Oh.
the same side is up,
Okay.
because that's obviously affecting the organisms there. And most of these crabs and things, they're gonna come right back to this piece of wood later.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wood. You are so strong.
Would you mind tilting
So
the
mighty.
sheet down a little
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get the.
bit? Yeah, it's rolling down the hill now.
Is it possible that some of these squat lobsters might spend their entire lifespan on this one individual log?
It is possible. I don't know the lifespan of a squat lobster, so
There you go.
I'm a little reluctant to say. I can tell you that the lifespan of this wood is probably not much more than a couple of years.
Sorry, I gotta turn PRV
So
up.
Yeah,
my
I had a
guess
sense
holds
is
up.
Cinematic.
they may colonize and grow here, but I doubt their entire life would be spent here. Because my guess is those squat lobsters are older than just a couple of years. I don't know that for certain, but lots of animals are quite old in the deep sea. Thanks, Josh.
No problem.
Nice.
Sorry I couldn't break it.
No, it's okay.
Usually, you know, if you want me to break something, it's...
It's easy.
So there
I
are,
have a
if you think
degree in ocean mapping, so I and a captain's license. So
So Max, age of things in the deep sea. We have fish ages, and fish age of maturity increases with depth, so that by the time you get to 1,000 meters, most fish aren't maturing until they're 15 years old or more. Longevity goes up. The orange roughy lives to 150 years, for instance. There's a lot of fishes that live many, many decades. There's a
Is that back to
rockfish
how it should be?
that lives to 200.
Navigate while the ROVs
There's
are
a
in the
really
water,
small
and then we
clam
map.
called Tindaria that was one of the very first deep sea animals to be aged. The clam is only about 2 centimeters wide, and it was aged at 76 years.
I think it's helpful
What a mighty
in
clam.
Just understanding.
That's pretty cool.
Mighty but tiny.
Very slow
Tiny.
pace of
the
life in the
perspective
deep
of what's
sea.
happening on the bridge.
Some of the little brittle stars,
but
they've been
probably not
aged at 8 or
essential.
9 years.
And what about the
Yeah,
lobsters?
it's a
That
Coast
they
Guard
also have very long
license.
lifespans in the
So
shallow
it
water.
allows me to carry
I would
Yeah, I
imagine
would
in the
presume
deep
it would
sea
be
it's
similar in the deep sea
Coast
then at
Guard
least, or even
inspected vessel.
even
Longer.
more.
even longer.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way to age crustaceans, is there?
No.
So there have been some studies with embedding little Floy tags in the. They've done this for California spiny lobster, where they put these little synthetic tags right in between where the head and the abdomen, the tail, reach, so that they can mark them, and it includes a pit tag. And then they've recaught them and measured their growth rates that way.
I think we can move the ship.
And so that tag is preserved during a molt?
Yes, that's the key.
That's
is
cool.
that actually put it in the muscle of the tail. They get it between the shells, right in the joint between the head and the tail.
Wow.
Because yeah, that's the trick with aging crustaceans, is that
They molt.
at least once a year they molt and all their shell is gone, and so
Right.
you're kind of stuck. But
Yep, trainer. Yeah, train. Yeah.
Is the understanding that they will live forever as long as they can keep molting and keep hunting for food?
Crab forever. Forever crab.
yeah, you know, I'm not up. That's called there's
Telomerase.
this indeterminate growth. You know, this idea that these animals, while their growth may slow down after they reach reproductive maturity, that they can very slowly continue to grow. And, you know, I can't remember what the record lobster is in New England, but in California, the spiny lobsters, most of them, when they are harvested, they're about a little over a pound and a half or something like that. And they're maybe 30 centimeters long in total. But the carapace, the head has to be 3 1/4 inches, whatever that translates into in centimeters. But every once in a while, someone will catch one and it weighs 40 pounds. And the carapace on the thing, it isn't 3 1/4 inches, but it's like 9 inches or
Whoa.
12 inches. You know, these huge lobsters. And there are very, very few of those left, except in reserves now, of course, because the longer you live, the greater probability that you may be caught in a fishery. So,
Right.
yeah.
And the secret for their longevity is like a genetic mechanism, right?
I think it's called negligible senescence.
Yeah.
I did not know that term.
Is that going to be my English word of the day?
Senescence?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Negligible
Interesting.
senescence, yeah.
Cool.
Senescence.
What was yesterday's? I forgot it already.
Can we zoom on the white thing there?
That's a
Peduncle.
brachiopod.
Peduncle.
Peduncle.
Oh, yeah.
We'll zoom in,
No,
please.
it's a sponge. There's a fish there.
What is that?
Are we going for the fish or the sponge?
Sponge.
Going for the white.
Where's
In
the
the
fish?
center.
Just right there.
Just above.
Oh,
I'll get there. I'll
okay.
give you the
Yeah, yeah.
reveal.
Cool. Excellent. Not sure what kind of sponge that is. Looks like a demo sponge. Okay, fish.
Okay, come a little bit wide, like half wide.
Do you think that's,
There we go.
that's one of the
And
stony
zoom
sponges?
back in.
It could be one of those
Oh,
stone
It looks like
sponges.
only sampled.
Fish?
Is this a
Oh,
conger?
this is a conger eel. This is like the one the last watch saw. Yeah, it's really stocky.
Look at those
That's a
lateral line
thick-
too.
The belly's full.
Very thick.
Oh, that's
Robust.
nice zoom. Really distinct lateral line pores.
It's shy.
Yep.
Uh,
Do you think we should collect that sponge? Is that the stony sponge that they were looking, lithistid or whatever it was
I
called?
don't have a confident answer on that. We did collect one yesterday, so we do have
Okay.
a sample in-house already.
Okay, all right. Let's keep going, Josh.
okay, we'll
Thank
come wide, please.
So we just got a viewer comment from Muddy. Hi team, thank you for all the hours of deep sea exploration. Once again, it was an amazing experience to watch all of you. Hope to see you all next year and best wishes. Thanks, Muddy.
Thank you.
To our friends in the chat, I'm really curious, like, you know, what has kept you watching Nautilus Live, and you know, how does it feel to be a viewer kind of experiencing the seafloor with us? Yeah, we'd love to hear it, and thank you for tuning in.
You zoom in, please.
Little chrysogorgid kind of right in the shadow of the Calyptophora coral.
Hi Jeff, do you think we can make it to the top? I was thinking to trigger an iskin over there.
Let's see, how are we doing on time?
It's 9:15.
Oh, come
Let me
wide,
take
please.
a look at the map real quick.
Oh,
We
sorry,
are
which one?
almost
Over
to
here.
waypoint 7. So yeah, we're going to get to the top at 8. That's not a problem. We'll do that on our shift. Yeah, next step is 500 meters, or you want just the top? Just the top.
I guess as
Yeah.
shallow as we can get. Maybe we can leave that to the
That'll
last
be about
shift.
750, yeah.
Yeah. Now we are at 900.
Ooh, can we zoom on this coral right here? What is that?
Yes, yeah.
Is that just an old stock?
We'll zoom
yeah.
in, please. Yeah. I might,
Yeah, I
I might
see what
come
you're
up and have a
talking
look at that.
I'm gonna.
Can we stop the ship, please?
That sort of looks like a fishing line, doesn't it?
Okay, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I need to just check this out, Jeff.
Okay,
Um,
please do.
yeah, I think we want to
do-
move back.
We do not want
We're
to
gonna
get
step
caught
back
in
for a sec.
things.
We're just gonna make sure that this is not a line in the water.
Right.
What's happening? Oh, this? No.
You want more iris on Atalanta?
Yeah, please. Actually,
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
sure,
Where,
that's good
yeah.
there.
Did you see it in the Atalanta cam,
A fishing line?
right?
Yeah,
Not
it's
that.
still in
Oh,
Atalanta.
I see it there.
Yeah.
Yep, that is the line.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about a co-pilot being
Yeah,
keeping a
nice
vehicle
ride.
safe. So
Yeah.
Herc went right under that.
Yeah.
Good catch, Rye.
Okay, so we'll keep coming up.
Yeah, I'm
If
coming
we
up
can
still.
zoom on this, I'd just like to see what type of line this is, which might give us some indication as where this might have come from. This is the first instance of any of this kind of gear that we've seen on the expedition, and given that this is the sanctuary,
It shouldn't be here.
it shouldn't be here.
Okay, we can zoom in real quick.
Now, it could have gotten here decades ago.
Yeah.
So is this like what you call long line? for
No, this is
fishing,
not
or-
long line material. This
okay.
is 3-strand polypro.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
It's weighted too, because
That's
that's what the
probably
little
better.
colors are.
oh, interesting. So
Yeah.
this
Okay, we'll come wide,
this is
please.
kind of unusual. This is definitely not pelagic long line gear.
So, this is why we carry knives.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna cut it?
No, I'm going to
Oh,
not
then we have two
intervene with
pieces
this at
whipping
all.
around. Do we just go over
I'm
the
just
top
going
of
to go
it?
over top of it,
Yeah.
and then we'll keep a sharp eye out for anything else. Okay.
What did you see, Greta?
I think it was a fish, and
We
it was
can move
round.
the ship
Okay.
now.
We'll just get out
Yeah,
of this.
yeah,
forward.
totally.
So
That's
on,
why I
its,
didn't
on
wanna
that
say
same
it.
heading you were doing before.
Okay.
So whatever it was, 160. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
We have this in C-log, right, Noel?
Sorry?
You can
We have the
see
line
it in
at
your
sea log.
sonar.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just saw it with my eyes
Yeah.
first. I didn't even bother to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But
Okay, I don't see anything else in the sonar. I can see it in Atalanta sonar.
this is why I don't like siphonophores when they're because
Yeah.
they look just like that.
So I'm just going to jump ahead up high here.
There's a huge siphonophore that goes right by, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait till Atalanta swims.
Menzel, did I show
Can we
you the
put
pictures
a
of
mark
the
of,
derelict
like,
fishing
a
gear in the
cursor mark or
northwestern
something
Hawaiian Islands up
on
in the
there?
Hancock Seamounts? Did
Or
I show you
I don't
the
know,
picture
like,
of
or
that?
drop a
You did
target
not,
even
but
in
I
high
would
pack
be
that says
so
like,
very
you know,
much interested.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
like
show you that.
interest for interest.
It's
So they might
pretty
want to know
astonishing.
later.
That used to be a
I've
site
also got it,
fished
Josh.
for-
Oh,
in
okay,
Sea
sorry.
Log.
Yeah, okay.
Multiple places is great, but
Okay, yeah, no thanks, Noel.
It was fished for about 10 years in the 1970s up until the early 80s, maybe mid-80s, something like that. And it was a trawl fishery for pelagic armorhead.
There's a lot of jellyfish, I think.
Yeah, we'll get down closer to the seafloor here. And people have gone back just recently, just, in the 20 teens, and there's still net, there's still line strewn all over the place because, when you fish in a very complex environment like this with a
You're gonna
trawl,
start pulling me soon.
sometimes
Okay.
it gets hooked and you can't get it
Yeah.
free, and then you end up having to cut all your gear off as a fisher.
You're lucky it wasn't higher. We've had that before.
Yeah.
Where,
Oh, and then you actually get the 681 on it?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you just can't, like, I've been in co-pilot before where Atalanta stops maintaining its heading and you get like this rain down on you of stuff, and we were really
Lovely.
confused for a while.
That can be very dangerous.
Yeah. Well, and you can drag it for a while before you start having problems. So is that it still on the sonar? That
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Could be, or that could be the
Could
bottom
be
too,
the
but
rock.
could be the rock, but
yeah.
just wait for you to swing a little more.
Could you see the line on the sonar?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah?
we could see it once,
Oh,
like
wow.
not, we saw it kind of after the fact.
So what sort of fishery might a line like that be from?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. I mean, I think I'd want to speak to some of the fishers who do benthic longlining and that kind of thing, but I don't know why somebody would be throwing down a benthic longline here.
And
But
how thick do you think that is?
Josh, do you have a guess on what that was? Was that half-inch line or 3/8?
Yeah, I would say
or something?
3/8 or half inch maybe.
3/8, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably 3/8. It didn't look.
yeah.
It looked
Not super thick, but I mean, it might be. I don't know. Most of the folks who do pelagic longlining have very, very long spools of thinner line than that.
Yeah,
that's
why I
not,
was.
and it's not 3 strands.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
Do you think it might have been a boat losing the anchor or something?
Yeah, could have been. I just don't know who would be trying to anchor
anchor
out
and
here.
out, yeah,
It's
like
maybe
875
just
meters of water.
lost it,
yeah, it's
off
2,000
board.
feet of water here. So
Yeah, no, definitely not anchoring, but
Yeah.
just lost it.
yeah, and that could be. Maybe it's just
It was definitely a weighted line because it had
Yeah.
a color stranded through it, so that's
Yeah.
an indicator that it's a lead, like there's a piece of lead in there basically to hold it down.
yeah.
So they would have been
Sinking line.
close to this area when they dropped it.
Yes. But given that it's polypro, Manzel, it could have been there for decades.
Yeah, those are pretty
They're-
recent
yeah.
technology.
Yeah, polypro breaks down in UV,
But
but
then-
at depth, it lasts quite a long time.
And let's make another step. We're gonna make sure we're nice and clear before we go back down.
Sounds great.
No, I don't think so either. I'm hoping you're past it by now. Yeah. There was, yeah, I was definitely under it. I had gone right under there. Yeah. Yeah.
Would I be good to iris down on Atalanta a little bit?
So I just want to say that in the 2 minutes that I have spent refilling my water cup, we have been inundated with so much love from our viewers, with so many of them saying that they've been watching for years and that they find it amazing that they get to share these experiences with us, that in some ways it feels like they're kind of looking over our shoulders and witnessing these sights with us. Thank you so much for all the love and for all the support, and I think it's incredible that we get to be there with you and you get to be there with us. And also, shout out to the person who said, I keep watching because my girlfriend is on board. Respect to you. Thank you for supporting her.
Who is your girlfriend?
I know, that's the big mystery.
Oh,
For us to solve.
now you can't keep us on the edge like that. There's some intrigue in just
They
your
didn't sign it? No?
It's me, I fear.
I also want to say that for those of you who have said that you've always had like a sort of interest in biology, you know, we have applications for our internships that are open for science, for video engineering, for the science communication fellow chair that I'm in. The application's closed by January 3rd. I'd highly suggest that you try and apply. Thank you. But thank you, all of you, for all the love.
Okay, I'll just kind of wait here till you catch up. And then I think we can resume. We can do one more step and then that should get us clear. So yeah, you could put in another one. I don't see anything in Atalanta. That is another advantage of a two-body system, because you would, if this was a single body,
Oh, yeah,
you would have been caught up in it,
Look.
because I was already under it.
Jelly.
And then it's great for doing archaeology on wrecks and stuff too, because you get a real
get the
nice
bird's eye
view
view.
of up above of any of the dangers.
Yeah.
So that is one of the advantages of this system like this.
Halosaur fish on the left there.
We're about 40 meters past my mark now.
Okay.
Should be well
Great.
clear.
Awesome.
Where's the house
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, I think we can come down.
Right there, but that's okay. We don't need. We keep going.
Yeah,
We gotta
we'll
get
resume.
settled.
Okay.
So we just got a question for our ROV pilots. What is the difference between the two arms, and why does the starboard arm get used for most things?
Good question. The two arms are quite different. The starboard arm, the craft arm, it's the company that makes it. It's a spatially correspondent arm, meaning that it has potentiometers in all the joints, so the joints know where they are in space. Zoom in, please. And you can have, because of that, you can have really fine control, and you can move all the joints at once, which makes it very dexterous. It's tiny.
Thank you.
Oh.
What is that?
It looks like a brittle star. It's very odd, kind of out there on its own. It looks like it's missing a number of legs.
Oh no.
Yeah, but they're growing back. It might be a Brisingid sea star, not a brittle star.
What could be eating the legs, or how would they lose them?
I imagine something, yeah, trying to bite them off. Yep, a fish or a crab.
Okay, come wide, please. And the port arm is actually called a rate arm, which means that there's an individual valve that controls each one of the joints. And so that's why it's a little bit slower to use, because you kind of, at the moment, we're actually developing a little better controller for it right now. But at the moment, we only have like single button control. So you push a button and moves a joint. So it's a little bit slower and not spatially correspondent. So you just have to move it with your with your eyes, like seeing which joint that you're going to move. And the other controller, the starboard controller, has up here we have a controller arm for it, which essentially is a miniature version of the arm. So you can move all the joints up here, and then the arm on the vehicle mimics that.
I've got large coral straight ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So we just got a question in the
There we
chat,
go.
and it was, I have one last question. Was that crew member's missing toothbrush ever recovered? I feel like its loss could be an international tragedy. Thank you so much for your concern. That missing toothbrush was mine, and it was thankfully recovered by a Miss Greta Sartori.
Zoom in, please.
Sorry, I missed that.
You found my missing toothbrush
Oh,
Missing
yeah,
toothbrush.
and my toothpaste, so
You're
thank
welcome. You're welcome.
Can we zoom in on the coral?
Yeah. Max, can we zoom in, please?
Calypterophora. I'm not sure which one, or Paracalypterophora.
Oh, that's stunning.
So cool.
It's a great fan.
Go, come eyes, please.
Is that a
I'm going
coral?
to do a quick swap with Aaron. Take a break.
That was a little in off Samia. Okay. Oh,
What's
that's
that?
an Oreo.
So we got a viewer question. That weighted line you encountered looked like what's used for a bottom or the weighted line of a gill net. Is gill netting a common fishing method in Palau outside of the reserve? Ansel, could you answer that?
It is not common, and the domestic fishing zone is quite far from us, so I wouldn't imagine that it was from there.
Yeah, that's your USBL jumping around again. Maybe it's having that same
Thank you, Menzel.
GPS issue as before, potentially.
Greta for saving my toothbrush. The viewer has said, Greta is a hero, an icon, and balance is restored. Thank you.
Wow.
My dentist thanks you also.
Yeah, you're all welcome.
I can attest that Greta is amazing and a light in my life.
Oh my God, Amanda.
Must be the last watch of the cruise.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna feel
Why?
so depressed without this
Getting all the
constant
affirmations
complimenting the way
coming
I'm used to. Now I'm so used to
I
it.
know.
Call me
We
up
just need
24/7.
to get recordings
Keep
of
writing
Amanda
me,
giving
you
you
know, every day,
affirmations every
remind
day.
Exactly.
I will.
Like in a greeting card, you just open it.
I take
Having a
requests.
bad day, I need my Amanda
Yeah,
affirmation.
right.
No, for real. You can message me anytime and I'll tell you how great you are.
Amanda.
This is an open offer.
Please, I need a self-confidence boost. I know you can do it.
Anytime. I'm serious.
Amanda, we'll get your number after this.
Yeah, have my number, my Instagram, everything.
Can we zoom on this thing right here? It may just be the base of an old bamboo coral or something, but
Okay.
looks a little different.
We'll zoom in, please.
Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, can we zoom in, please?
Okay, I can hardly hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Max has you pretty quiet.
All right. This is one to listen to me, I guess.
When he gets back on here, you can call him out for that.
So this is another one of these little rock sponges, I think. Noel.
Thank you, I'd right. Stony sponge.
Stony sponge. Might we want to try to collect another one of these, or will we good with the last one? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't think another one would hurt. It was a specific request by some of our partners here, so
Right.
I think they would be useful for sure.
Okay, Josh, can
Yep.
we stop the boat?
Sure,
And we're
can we
going to
stop the
collect
ship,
this
please?
sponge.
Okay.
We're going to need, once we get settled, a really good zoom, and then we can collect it.
You want to come wide, please?
Yep.
Thank you for visiting us, Erin.
You're welcome. I'm going to still be in here for a few minutes, but I'm going to hand it back over to Max.
So do you think this is kind of like a slurp, like a scrape slurp?
I think so, yeah. I think it'll fit in the slurp tube.
Oh, yeah, I
It's
think so.
kind of on the, well, okay.
Are they firm?
They are.
Yeah.
What are we going for?
The small
going
white
for this
rounded sponge.
Lithistid sponge, yeah. So actually, I'm going back to emails, Noel.
Okay.
And Pat Collins says that the sponge we collected could be actually Geodia, not the one that they were looking for. But they're not 100% certain, so it is a good thing to try
Okay,
to grab another
great.
one of these.
Let's grab another one.
Well, which sample jar is open?
Are we looking at slurping, did we say?
I think so. We just
2
have-
is open
Yeah.
for slurp.
Okay.
Really?
Is there a fish in one?
There is a
There's
fish
a fish in one.
If
Okay.
you could look, it should be a dead fish, but I suppose going the other way is
I'll just go
safest.
the long way around.
Yeah, thanks.
And we'll just make sure we go back to the...
I'm trying to see what if I can look into
I haven't...
one and see
I don't
anything.
see it. Yeah. So 2 is open, right?
2 should be
Yep.
open.
Okay. Sorry, I keep like looking over like what is going on. No, that's okay.
Last watch, we're getting our cameos.
Yeah. So with all the shout out we did, we should also do one for Erin that's taking
Absolutely.
this insanely
Yeah.
amazing pictures of all of us.
Yeah, Erin is definitely such a gift and has such a skill for capturing people as they are. And
I can't do this.
yeah, right now, Erin's going throughout the control van, taking pictures of us as a way to kind of commemorate this moment that we are spending together.
Zoom in, please.
So
Okay,
thank
we'll
you,
get a
Erin.
zoom of the, so we'll go to zoom first, I guess.
Do you think it's going to fit in the suction tube?
There's only one way to find out.
Yep, that's true.
I think it will.
Oh, there was a fish that zoomed.
And there's another of those little yellow cup corals. I think that's what we scooped
Yeah, that's
a couple
that
times ago.
Samnia thing.
Let
Yeah.
me know when you're ready for suction.
Okay, well, are you good there with that?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
great.
we'll
Thank
come
you.
wide, please. Or just come out a little bit. That's good there. All right, I think we're ready.
Okay, let's do it. Suction's on.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe we can do a slurp and grab. Or where we drop it in the box.
I'm gonna have to kind of break it off, I think.
Okay. There you go.
We're still gonna try to suction it though?
Just to kind of put it in the end and then let go of it, I presume.
Do you want me
So
to?
let's bring down the suction a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
Did Pat say why he was interested in this sponge?
He did not.
Okay.
At least I'm not.
Okay,
I didn't
suction's
see
pretty
that
low now.
if he did.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll come wide, please.
Most of his conversation's been with Daniel.
And we'll retract the HD.
Yeah.
So any of the... There's 3 small starboard bio boxes that are open.
Well, we
Yeah,
can't get the
I can't
suction
reach
over
this
there.
into the starboard one.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can just open the boxes part way and
Yeah.
super slow.
Yeah, let's turn that. It was coming up pretty hot.
Yeah,
So let's turn
I
those
know.
down.
And I'm just gonna take a look at the toolbox as well. Yeah, let me just get proportional control started on
Yeah.
forward box. Oh, it's really low.
I might have turned it down.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just bump it out, see what that. Oh, it's close. Let's bump this. Just gonna very slowly. How's that? Can you
Yeah,
get
good.
it in
Yeah.
with that?
Yep.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Yep, we can do it.
There you go. That's off. Might have to.
Okay.
There you
Well
Yeah.
done. Thank you.
go. Other box. There we go. Okay. posture. I think I see the fish up against the,
Yeah, there's something white in there, isn't there?
I thought I saw it up by the filter.
Okay.
Is my closest approximation there.
Okay. That was a lot bigger than I thought, like when we were first looking at it.
Yeah, it was deceptive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you to our pilots.
What kind of tubing is it that you use on the Slurp sampler? It's really strong.
It's just a thick acrylic.
Okay.
It's quite thick. And then we actually have another 3D printed piece, so it's inserted into a 3D printed part that we made for it. And
the spiral that goes around it?
The part that I grab is like a handle.
Oh, that part, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's plastic that we printed.
Right.
And then the hose was a hose that we've just kind of selected off the shelf.
So we're not grabbing the actual tubing.
Yeah, you don't
right,
grab the hose.
Right, because you just crush it.
Yeah. But
Let's zoom on that over there.
It is crazy how many different types of hose there are. We've tried so many different types, and this was like the toughest and most flexible that we could.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Is that I've seen other systems and
we'll zoom in,
the
please.
hose breaks.
Yeah. So this is super, it's super flexible, but we do change it out. So like this one's got a couple holes in it, so we'll change it out after that we're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't actually grab the hose itself.
And Samia and another one of these lithistid sponges, perhaps, a Farreid sponge. If we can zoom out and look up just a little bit.
Okay.
That right there.
Okay.
So question to our ROV pilots. In the off season, are there any upgrades or changes to the ROVs that you're considering to add on?
Yeah, there are. Just give me 1 sec. We'll zoom in, please.
Take your time.
Short answer, yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're always looking at different things, proposing changes. Some get accepted, some don't. But yeah, we're actually going to. Oh, sorry, I'll let Jeff describe this here first.
Do we have any more zoom on this?
I'm gonna hop up, get a little closer.
Okay,
Let's
sure.
come wider, and then I'm just gonna get a little closer and tilt the camera down. It's suddenly got very steep here. Hey, we'll zoom in, please.
I think paramuricid. Okay.
Okay, we'll come
Thank
wide,
you.
please.
I think it would be cool if the two ROVs could come together and form one larger third ROV.
There
Like
are-
transformers or something?
Are there
Like
two
the
body
Power
systems
Rangers.
where they kind of snap together?
Well, yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a TMS that is
Yeah.
sort of a typical TMS
Whoa.
system.
Oh, anglerfish to the right.
Oh! Stop the ship.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Stop the ship.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the lure. The lure
So
is like
long.
half again as long as the body.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we will zoom in, please.
Max, you are a champ at spotting these things.
Yeah, you got the
Wow.
eye.
Yeah.
Look
Wow.
at this. Okay, this looks like a juvenile whiptail angler. This would be in the genus Gigantactis.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard to expose this guy. It is going to be ultra black.
it's just a
Yeah.
baby.
But this is Gigantactis. This is a baby. They get quite large, about a foot in size. And one of the things that's really interesting about them is that
behind me, I'm going backwards.
once
Yeah, I'm watching
turn the
your
they
lasers off.
become an adult, they descend often to much greater depths than we're at. And
Swim forward, buddy.
they use the lure and they swim upside down across the seafloor, and they use the lure almost as a trolling device across the bottom. So they're very different anglerfish.
It's little
Amazing.
fins.
It is cruising.
Yeah,
so
I'm really
cute.
going fast. backwards
Just
here.
cruising.
It looks like a shadow.
These guys are really rare. I don't know that there will be any possibility of capturing it, but Ted Peach at UW would probably be thrilled.
It's just a little baby.
Fly it right into the tube, maybe.
How do they
Do
get
we
so
want to
black?
try?
What
Good.
It has
Yeah.
virtually no swimming
To set the
ability at this
suction.
size.
Oh,
I
you
just
know,
got it.
they're trying their
Yeah.
best.
I
believe in you.
Okay.
think it could be good to get some overexposed video of it because it is
Okay.
so black. Just to get the
Well, if you're
okay.
either choosing video or sample.
yeah. Just if there's an opportunity. I mean,
Because I'm going to try and fly it right into the tube the way it's in right
What's the
now.
call?
If I
What's the
can, I
priority?
don't know.
Should we
Well,
do
I'm out of
video or
tether. I think.
Anglerfish on the same cruise.
it on?
This
Is it a sample or video?
Is it on?
video?
Is what on?
The suction?
No.
Suction.
Oh, turn the suction on.
Oh, baby,
Sorry, that's what I
sorry.
thought you were doing.
No.
Yeah, turn the suction
Here,
on.
suction's on.
Come, baby.
Eh,
Suction's up all the way.
There it
baby.
is.
Oh,
Do you want me to grab?
no. Let's see if I can just hold it there. It's just moving too fast. We'll never like.
What sample jar are we on?
We are on sample jar 7. I
Okay.
just went to
That-
the
that-
first
yes, that's,
easiest
that's
one.
great. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is it on full bore?
It's on full bar.
come on, little
Oh.
baby.
Oh, jeez.
So close.
So close.
Into the baby tube.
There.
Into the baby tube.
Yes!
Oh my
Do you
goodness.
see it?
So
Yeah,
What's in
there
there?
it
Yeah,
is.
turn it
Oh,
off.
Okay.
oh. Make sure the baby is
Suction
secured.
off.
Yeah, suction's off.
And put a flush jar.
Yeah,
Wow.
change it.
Okay, let's just wait a second, and
Yeah.
then let's try to find the right, get back to the flush jar. Or,
Josh,
Yeah.
that was incredible.
Yes.
I literally,
Not
I
the flush
thought.
jar.
okay, Josh, you're my hero.
That was amazing.
Yeah, make sure we're on the flush. The flush is.
I know. I've now got to go through
Into
Josh,
the
can you say
fish.
the, or sorry, Jeff,
So
can you say the species you think it is again?
Gigantactis
Where am I?
is
Thanks.
the genus.
Totally lost right now.
Yeah, you're
But the
off.
species,
Yeah, I'm
there's only
That
you
was
need to look at the
exhilarating.
lure morphology, and I'll
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
that's
key
fine.
it out later.
Let's see.
Well, that was
No disassemble, no
Gigantastic.
suction. Well, that was an awesome moment.
Harold's gonna freak out.
Leave it to crawl.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was so cool.
I'm gonna cry.
And such an amazing fish. Do you see all the little frills on the end of the lure of that
Okay.
of
Yeah,
that
we'll
fish?
just go all the way to the flush. Yeah.
My highlight just said baby anglerfish has been nestled into the
There we
baby
go.
tube. So I hope that our editors on shore will decipher that for themselves.
So how do they get so black,
So-
Jeff?
Hopefully it's what?
Why do they get that black? With that?
So the ultra black coloration in midwater fishes comes from disguising their own bioluminescence. So if you are, that was a Tinophore floating by. If you are going to flash a little light on your forehead and try to trick another, ooh, what is that?
Right, we said
Oh,
sample
that's an
jar
eel.
7, correct?
Correct. This is another.
Let's
This
do
is
a
a
quick
soft
zoom, like
eel.
snap
This is
zoom
this
then?
is yeah, snap zoom. This is all we're gonna get. This is Cerebomber.
Oh,
So we're 865 meters now. So we're definitely
Whoa.
getting the midwater animals that are drifting by, and the current is so
beautiful.
yeah,
Very
this
shiny.
is very iridescent. But the current is basically sweeping all of these animals past the seamount. That's great.
Oh, how
So
are
this is Cerebomber. If
Wow.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's got
Just
something in its stomach, too. You can see the bulge. They
Yeah.
typically eat shrimp, and they get their name sawtooth eel because on the roof of their mouth there's a ridge that's like a saw blade. It has serrations, lots of little teeth, and it's like a steak knife.
That was so cool.
It's crazy. Anyway, back to ultra black coloration. Ultra black coloration comes from a need of wanting to flash on a light to trick something and not wanting your own light to bounce off of your body and give yourself away. And so, and it also is great if you're just trying to not be seen when other animals light up around you. So we see this in the mesopelagic realm, which is that mid-water environment between about 200 and 1,000 or a little bit more meters. And anglerfishes in particular have that ultra black because they've got these lures that they use.
So the lure is bioluminescent.
The lure is bioluminescent. It glows blue. And if they, it's just like the movie Finding Nemo, when they go down into the depth, and if the bright little light comes on, and it also lights up all the fangs, then nothing's going to be enticed to come close enough to be eaten.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Is it typically that long, the lure?
So Gigantactis is a bit of an oddball. So no, there are a number of anglerfishes that do have very long lures, but Gigantactis is unusual in that the lure is right on the tip of the snout and is super long, usually at least equal to the body length, if not longer, a couple times the body length. And at least one or two species do this weird thing where they turn upside down and they swim across the seafloor with the lure on the bottom, being used as a feeler, or maybe they're lighting it up there, trying to attract seafloor organisms to it. It's not entirely clear.
So is this the upside-down anglerfish?
This is the upside-down anglerfish.
Wow.
That's so cool.
And we don't know if every member in the genus Gigantactis does that, but we've seen a couple of species do at cabled observatories on the abyssal plain off of California, and another one somewhere else.
There's going to be fish of the day tomorrow. I have the feeling.
Yes.
Such a cool fish.
I don't know. We didn't get very good video of it.
No, we didn't. I mean,
but,
we weren't going to.
I'd rather get
and that's
this than
why
that.
I just said collect it, because that small fish was just getting ripped across the seamount by the current. It wasn't going to do anything natural.
Yeah.
I think our commentary added to it, our excitement, the pure joy of a successful slurp. Jeff, how are you feeling right now? We've been seeing all these fish.
Oh, I'm very happy.
I can feel you vibrating
Also,
with
by
excitement.
what you said, it seems like they're rare. You said we saw two in
Gigantactis?
or
Yeah.
even anglerfish in general.
Yeah, anglerfish are reasonably rare. There are a lot of species of anglerfish. Some of them are reasonably common. Gigantactis is typically not very common.
Yeah.
We did a big sampling campaign in the Eastern Pacific a couple of years ago. Dozens of trawls and fishing all the way down to 4,000 meters. We caught probably something on the order of 20 anglerfish, 20 or 30 anglerfish. One was Gigantactis, and it was a new species.
So there's a high chance that this is going to be a new species?
It may or may not be, but let's just say they're very rare.
Okay, that's great.
That's awesome. So we just got a viewer question. Are they going after long prey, like shrimp, that they have the long lure, or is their ultra black coloration not quite good enough, so they need the extra length to avoid reflection?
Both great ideas, but I just can't tell you. I don't know that there are a whole lot of studies on the diet of some of these animals. The upside down swimming behavior we know because we observed it at a cabled observatory. They swam by in front of the camera with their lure down.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a jelly, I think.
Just a jelly.
A jelly.
So
Both
good
okay.
questions from the viewer. Yeah, maybe they need a little more distance away from their bodies so they don't light themselves up. Not clear.
Please.
And that's probably the first ever ROV collection of that whole family, I bet.
That
Making
was
history here.
spectacular.
I don't know. We're going to have to search to find out, but there can't have been very many if it's
Very
happened
cool.
before.
Which other deep sea fish biologists are around other than you, Jeff?
Tracy Sutton. He's at
Come
Nova
with us.
Southeastern University in Florida, and he's much more of a midwater fish guy than I am. He's done a tremendous amount of work with dragonfishes and all kinds of others.
Oh,
Steve Ross, he's retired now. Oh boy, you're putting me on the spot, and now I got to remember everybody.
Don't leave anybody out. They're going to be mad.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly. There's a large number of taxonomists that work in different groups as well. Tomio Iwamoto was the rat tail guru, but he has been retired for a while. He still looks at fish. And Ted Peach is the anglerfish expert that I mentioned really briefly earlier. He's at University of Washington and has a wonderful comprehensive book on the biology and phylogeny of all the ceratioid anglerfishes, the midwater anglerfishes. I think he's also retired.
so there's not many left.
Well, this is a problem. This brings up a really important challenge to science, and that is taxonomy. So for quite some time, there hasn't been a whole lot of money going to museums and going to universities to keep collections up and to pay for folks whose job it really is to describe new species and elucidate the relationships in the great diversity of life, what we would call taxonomists. And as a result, most of those people have retired and they don't have a lot of replacements.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of stuck. There are whole clades of organisms, rat tails are one, where we hardly have anybody doing any work on them. There's a guy in Japan, Endo. He's been doing some, or has done some really great work on them, but he works on other groups as well. But the person I mentioned, Tomio Iwamoto, who was like the guru, and before him I would say maybe Dan Cohen, they're retired, and there's no one else that just focuses on that group.
Well, so we can open applications here, right? We have a good platform to make some advertisement for this.
Oh, if I can rant a little bit, it's, which is a dangerous thing to do out here, perhaps.
Go for it.
But the funding agencies, government funding agencies that fund science, need to pay more for taxonomy and just routine species description and understanding different clades of organisms, so we can get a better handle on the biodiversity of life on the planet. I think there's a tendency to want to answer everything with a genetic approach. All we need is a sequence. But if you can't match a sequence to an actual visible organism, how do we take any of the data we're collecting here and turn that into an ecological data set?
Yeah.
So we need people who are actually working at museums with physical specimens and not just genetics, and doing the morphotaxonomy in addition to the genetic approaches.
Yeah.
So there's a substantial lack of funding from what you're saying, which is not a news in research.
Yeah.
But at least we get to explore the deep sea on the Nautilus.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for this funding.
Yeah. Thanks. So Max, how did you see that was an anglerfish so quickly?
I saw the lure, and it's pretty unmistakable body shape. Just like a big thing dangling off a fish. Not a super common adaptation, I don't think, at
Nope.
least.
Thank you for your eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding. That would have blown past, and you really gave us the jump on it.
Team
Makes you
effort.
think how many have passed us.
Totally. I bet.
And excited about the ones that will come our way.
That was a really awesome highlight to end this last dive, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
We've still got a few more hours, Max.
It would be pretty hard to top that, though. I mean, that's up there with the best moments in this whole expedition, I'd have to say. That was pretty awesome.
Did they see one last shift?
No, I don't think so.
No? All right.
The only other anglerfish was 167.
For me, that heteropod we saw yesterday probably.
That was pretty
That was
amazing, wasn't it?
That was incredible.
Ethereal.
That was cool.
That was my highlight.
It was like an angel. And you spotted it in the water column.
Yeah, I should keep my eyes more often on the the steel cap. There's a fish.
Oh, there's a hatchet fish, right? That was a hatchet fish.
Just state that.
It's going to be gone, Josh. It's okay. So that was another midwater fish. It's called a hatchet fish. They look actually like a silver dollar. They're shiny, and they have photophores all along their bellies. And they're very skinny. They're flat like a coin would be, and round. And they live in places where there's still light during the day, and most predators hunt them by diving down, something like a swordfish or a tuna or something like that, but even other midwater fishes. And they typically look up towards the surface because anything that moves across their field of vision will create a shadow. So what the hatchetfish does with the lights on its belly, and many animals do this, it's not just hatchetfish, is that they look up, sense the amount of sunlight coming down, very little, and they turn all the lights on their belly to exactly match the surrounding sunlight coming down, and their shadow disappears. And that's called counter-illumination.
It's a very, very cool adaptation. I think there's a rat tail or something similar.
Oh, yep. If we look, there we are. Oh, this is the one we collected and got out.
Oh.
It has the really tall white dorsal fin. I don't think this one is small enough that we are going to be able to collect this one. Okay, but this is now the second seamount that we've seen this rat tail on.
We could try a similar, it's floating kind of in a nice way. It might be able to do the same thing.
You know,
maybe.
You did a great job on the last one. Let's give it a shot.
Just gotta crank the find a jar and turn the suction on.
Feeling lucky.
Anything but 1 in 7.
Okay.
Are we full wide right? Can we go full wide right now?
Oh, so
yeah.
we're on the flush jar right now?
We're on the flush.
We're gonna
and
turn
I'm gonna
to
go to 2.
Can we go full wide? Stay full wide, please.
Oh, totally.
Thank you.
I'm not going to go past 7 anymore because that fish is very active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What jar are we on now?
We are on 2.
Okay.
And I saw the flatfish
now it's
in 1, and it's
excellent.
Not active.
Decided to sit on the bottom, so.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you want me to grab the section?
The fish heard you.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes or no?
Let's just try this.
Do you
right
want to
now.
get the nozzle out with the arm just to get it farther out and then just drive the vehicle to try to slurp it up?
Yeah, let's do that. Oh,
It's very
didn't like
skittish,
that. Yeah, really skittish.
Yeah, it's a bit on the big side, so I don't know if this is gonna.
Now it's taken off.
Yeah.
I can
Let's
see
see
it
if
in
we
the
can- you
180.
can see it?
In the
Okay.
180, I can. In the upper.
Here, I just need to get down.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Controller slipped. Come on, Jaws.
It would have stayed drifting towards me like the other one.
Oh, there's another one.
Do it,
Oh, what is that?
Oh, there was another one up in the water column that we could see in the wide angle that looked like the same species. That's really interesting. He seemed to really like the tops of these seamounts.
No. Can you turn it on?
Yeah.
Greta, can you keep your eye on there and just see if any more of them zip
Sure.
past?
You want me to be